So I want to talk a little bit about how I make moss for my habitats. I use the static fibers from Scenes in Nature. I like to use 2 different colors and usually 2 different lengths of the fibers, just to kind of give it a little bit of depth and give more realism. Then on top of the fibers, to add just another layer, I like to add the powder moss. I use the forest green, and I will also use the moss green colors. It just once again builds a little bit more depth to the. To lay it all down, we use the Scenes in Nature fiber tack, and that's just the glue that holds the moss together. Now this base is going to be for a squirrel. I want a good bit of moss here on this base. So I'm going to take my fiber tack here. I'm just going to take it up here and I'm going to squirt it all around this base. I'll try to draw a little squirrel here. Draw a big bushy tail here, and if you squint your eyes here, you can kind of pretend to see a squirrel here. But we'll do that. We'll add a little bit of fiber tack, a couple other spots here, and then we're just going to be ready to spread it out and then lay some fibers down. We're ready to now lay some fibers down. I will start with the longer fibers first. This particular one I went with a light green, the 7mm first. We're just going to take our static gun here. We're just going to shake it on all the fiber tack that we laid down, just to give it a little bit of a base coat here. Now Scenes in Nature, they sell a little bit of a vac here to suck some of them fibers up so you're not wasting too many. I'll just take that on over here and suck the fibers that didn't get in the fiber tack here. Now I'm going to end up laying the shorter medium green fibers over here. I'm going to change the angle of my camera just so you can kind of see the static gun working, just lifting these fibers up, giving a really nice look to the moss. We're just going to shake all these fibers down on it, and you can just see all those little fibers raising up to the static of the gun here. At this point we're going to spray down a habitat adhesive. Scenes in Nature sells some. You can actually water down Elmer's glue and spray on here also. But we'll spray that down. It's going to lock the fibers in place, and then we're actually going to sprinkle a little bit of this powder moss on here just to add a little bit more depth even on top of the fibers that we have. So by doing our moss this way, it gives us a really nice look, and because it's all artificial, there's no color fading or anything like that, and we're always going to hold this green color that we laid down here. Once we let this glue completely dry, it just kind of gives us a really nice look. Even here you can still see some of the white spots in the glue, but once it's dry, we will have a really nice moss.